storm and
9 German tourists die in Egypt in a petrol bomb attack on their bus. The Russians review their 8-county beef ban, but only Wexford benefits. The presidential nomination, Albert Reynolds' son, says Fianna Fáil treated his father cruelly. And Ireland's golfing coup, the Ryder Cup competition, will come here in 2005. Good evening. The Egyptian government is insisting that today's attack on a tourist bus in Cairo, in which 9 German holidaymakers and their driver were killed, was a random attack and not the work of Islamic terrorists. The bus, with more than 20 tourists on board, was petrol bombed by a gang which then became involved in a shootout with police. Islamic terrorists opposed to the Egyptian government have killed 26 foreigners in a series of attacks since 1992. But tonight, the Tourism Ministry said today's petrol bombing was carried out by an escaped mental patient and his brother, and was not politically motivated. The attack happened in the centre of Cairo, outside the museum, one of the city's most popular tourist attractions.
The attack took place in front of the Egyptian Museum, a magnet for tourists and a place always sure to be crowded with foreigners. There were 4 attackers who opened fire on a line of tour buses outside the building that houses the treasures of Tutankhamun's tomb. One bus, carrying 33 German tourists, was singled out for special attention. One gunman climbed aboard and sprayed the interior with gunfire. When some of the occupants tried to escape through the rear, the attacker threw a petrol bomb inside the bus, then threw a second underneath the vehicle. It quickly turned into an inferno. 3 of the attackers were caught after a gunfight with police. One of them is in critical condition in hospital with gunshot wounds to the head. The nervousness at the scene reflects the worry about the huge damage such attacks do to Egypt's valuable tourism industry. That industry had been starting to recover from a series of attacks carried out against tourist targets in 1993 and 1994 by Islamic militants who seek the overthrow of Egypt's broadly secular regime and its replacement with a strict Islamic government along Iranian lines. The Egyptian authorities responded by beefing up the security presence in all areas tourists are likely to go to. Until today, the policy was working. No group has so far claimed the attack, although Islamic Jihad has used it as an excuse to warn tourists from visiting the country. The Egyptian government is describing the attack as a random incident, the work of a madman. One of the gunmen arrested at the scene has been named as Saber Farahat, who was sent to a mental hospital after shooting at tourists outside a Cairo hotel 4 years ago. He escaped from the asylum on Monday. Tonight, the director of the mental hospital was fired by the government.